1, Nummer 2, Number 2. Screen. We need a screen. Welcome in, people. Oh, can you hear me? No. Now, welcome in. Now you should be able to hear me.
Good evening, boys and girls, and everything in between.
AJ is also back up again. I'm just not entirely sure if you can hear AJ in Telegram as well.
Can you hear me, guys, in the Telegram?
Negative.
You can't?
Ah,
I know why. Just give me a second. YouTube is fine. Where's my Telegram?
Alright, he's fixing it so everyone can hear him. So, how are we doing?
Hello, Telegram.
There he is. Yes, there he is. Okay, I just need the chat of YouTube. Jesus Christ, I need a third screen. Like, honestly. Too much stuff open with doing all of this AMAs. Okay. First of all, how are you all? Now let's see. There it is. Let's Sandra, Money, Chris, my mama. How are we all doing? We'll just wait a few seconds. So for today we did set the AMA a bit later than usual, simply for the fact that yeah, we cover more time zones, give everyone the same chance to join an AMA at some point, and yeah, just to cover basically the same stuff, right? Because we're basically talking a lot about the website. We're still getting in the chat some things, as for example the dark theme. Yes, we need a dark theme. This is right, Simplify is working on it, because also for me, when I'm working, and right now, for example, it's what is it in Germany? 10:30 p.m. right now. So I have everything.
It's 11:30. You haven't switched the clock yet?
Oh, 11:30.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm confused.
Okay, you're the confused one.
Still a bit.
Just for the record, the Payot Kai does not look old enough to be. I was. Okay, you gave my mom a very nice compliment there, right? Nah, she seriously looks very, very young. In comparison to me, people tend to think I'm like way older than than I actually am, right? But that let's see if she heard it. But that was a very nice compliment there.
She gave it a thumbs up.
Ah, all right. What money? I look 60 and feel 80.
and I have the drive of a 16-year-old man.
Oh, just give me a second. I need to. All right, the cuff button is all right. We are good to go. So we collected a lot of different stuff about the website. So basically, like a very important one for me is the dark theme, right? Because it's just way too bright for my eyes if I'm working late at night. It's just too much. Same for the dep. So if we switch over to the dep, right? Also here we need the dark theme. I saw we should remove the worst performer here. Some people wrote this, we should remove the worst performer here. We can do that, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's not bad. Banks is basically sitting at the worst performer place right now, right? There's nothing bad about that one. At some point we will sit at the best performer place there again. But yeah, if you want us to remove the worst performer one, yeah, just let us know. It's just very, very nice for a quick overview about everything.
We are just worst performer because the other projects aren't at bottom and we're still good.
Alright. Alright, but yeah, with every single day, like the fund display is getting worked on, getting a bit better in the performance and everything over time. And oh, I see there, our fund is missing a bit of BNB, which we still need to pay in. So we will have a little boost to the fund again later. What? Influencers have aged me, is what Stavros or Moneybin basically said in the chat right now. Yeah, influencer work can be very exhausting and very, very tough sometimes, right? Okay. Do we have something which I missed from the chat? Yeah. But when I scrolled through the chat, I said basically I saw again the dark theme popping up. I saw the worst performer part in the depth popping up. I saw a question about the claim button in our dashboard. So just a quick reminder for everyone, if you have rewards which haven't been distributed yet, and you connect your wallet to our dashboard, you can basically, or you could basically manually claim them. I would advise you not to do so, right? Because you would have to pay the gas fee yourselves. Our contract is set up that you will receive the BUSD rewards anyways. Yeah, you will receive them automatically. This is just, you need to give the option for some people. Sometimes really need the BUSD rewards. They need them now, so they want to manually claim them. But then again, I would advise you not to do so because you have to pay the gas fees yourselves. Just a quick reminder. Another quick reminder, yeah, I will just drop this in over time. So for the taxes, right? Two important things. I want to talk about the taxes. Every single transaction is taxed, okay? So if you're doing, or if you want to move your banks from, for example, Trust Wallet to a cold wallet, a ledger, for example, just tell us. We can make this transaction tax-free, no problem about this one. Just a quick reminder, because we already had the issue of someone basically moving 10, I think it was 10 trillion tokens to another wallet and basically losing 1.5 trillion tokens in this process because we cannot get these tokens back, right? We cannot access the contract to get the tokens back. So we cannot give you a refund if you transfer your tokens and lose them due to the tax. Another quick thing I want to talk about, just how does the contract work? Yeah, just giving you a little insight from the technical side. Basically, our contract is collecting our own token, the bank's token, with every single transaction happening because of the 15% tax. Yeah, basically, if you're buying 100 banks, the contract will keep 15 banks. If you're selling 100 banks, the contract will also keep 15 banks. This is due to the tax. For the BUSD rewards and for everything else also, it is collecting the bank's tokens until a certain threshold. Right now, the threshold is set at 150 billion tokens collected. We did choose this threshold because with this threshold, a contract sell is not affecting the chart in a very, very bad way. Just imagine us having the threshold actually being set at a very, very high threshold. For example, just giving you a little bit of insight in the very, very early stage. So basically, I can also show it to you here. Just give it some time to load. In the very early stage, we had the contract cell set at 6 trillion. It was 6 trillion tokens collected. Once the contract is filled up, the next cell appearing will trigger the contract cell. There is a reason that you are choosing the next cell appearing as the contract cell, because if you are having a run up, as we had, for example, a very, very big run up here, right? If you're having a run up, you do not want the contract to interrupt everything with the cell. So basically, this is why you're setting the actual contract cell at with the trigger of an actual cell happening. Once the cell is happening, the contract will basically sell the banks off. You will see 3 or 4 cells in a row of the same wallet in, for example, Dextools. And then it will start to distribute, for example, the BUSD rewards. For the BUSD rewards, with every transaction happening, around 4 to 8 holders will receive their particular cut of the BUSD rewards. So it might take some time, especially at lower volume days, but you will receive them definitely. The contract works just fine. Yeah, everything is working smoothly. So nothing to worry about the contract side. But yes, just keep this quick things in mind. Do you need to share your screen at all? You should be able to see my screen. Just let me know if you can actually see my screen, because I did share it and I have the window for the screen share.
I can see your screen in the background, but
I can't see it. Okay, wait. Give me a second.
and I can see it in YouTube too. So
give me a second. No, I stopped the screen share. Now again, money. I did start the screen share again. Okay, now it. All right. Usual Telegram issues, right? But we should be fine. Nathan, I did see your DM. I did write you. I'm not entirely sure if you did answer me already, right? Just to let you know, if you did answer me already, I will have a look after the AMA, and then we should be able to clear out everything. That's... you replied. Perfect. We'll take a look right after the AMA. Now it's back. That was weird. Yeah, typical Telegram. Telegram just having always the same issues, right? Okay. But basically, these are the important things I want to talk about. Like in every single AMA, they are very important. Just keep them in mind. And also for the people which maybe have the question in the chat, yeah, just let them know. Because sometimes there are some questions which are related to the contract cell, or something else. All right. So we got these things cleared out, basically. Is there something from your side which you want to know? I think I also saw in the chat something about the hints, because Stavros or Moneybin actually wanted to start this I will call it hint hunt for the next upcoming marketing. I'm not entirely sure if he did receive the pictures and everything yet, if it is up and running already with full force.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how are you, man?
Okay, yourself, man. Hey, Jay.
All right. We are all right, I guess.
Good, man. Good. Yeah. So as far as the campaign's going on, we just picked up a bit of a glitch with regards to the things in question. Is that we're just waiting for them to display, if you know what I'm talking about. I went through to a couple of sites and I was waiting for them to display, and I see there's nothing displayed at this moment. So I have been in touch with our Swiss connections to see if they can rectify that. But because it's a Sunday, I'd imagine that it's probably only going to take effect from tomorrow. I've been out there 4 or 5 times to go and have a look at these various different places, and they're still not live.
Okay. Yeah, but nothing
Yeah.
to worry about, everyone. Yeah, this is just sometimes how the things goes, especially in marketing. You're given a date, and then it doesn't work out at the date, and then you need to get back to the people again, right? Have double the work, triple the work. This is annoying. We all know that. Yeah, it's annoying for us. It's annoying for the community and everything, because it's delaying a lot. But then again, it will come up, and
It will
once
come
it's
up,
up,
yes.
definitely, and then we can
Yes.
start our hint hunt, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's good because of the boo-boo earlier, so at least people, will kind of forget about it, and then we can start fresh, like it never happened.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Let's just
That's all good.
let's just not remind them, right, and let them forget.
No, it's all good. It's part of it. If we, as human beings, if we don't go through these little funny moments, it's not living. So it is what it is. We move forward, and South Africa's, well, let's say Africa as a whole works on the thing. There's actually a term. Okay, it's called Africa time, where we talk about it often, where things are meant to happen at this time, and it happens like 4 hours later or a day later, and there's a term for it called Africa time. So just to put everybody at bay, and because of me I worked overseas for 2 years when I was younger. I found it so stressful. That things don't work. I work like you guys, where I like things to happen now. If it's things must happen in clockwork, and just unfortunately it doesn't work like that, especially this place.
Yeah,
It's
this
never,
is
yeah.
this
Then
is something
again,
which we also
it's,
need to get used to, right? Because we are used to this very very German work ethic, right? So if you're having a deal, yeah, it's done at the exact time of the deal. So yeah, basically.
exactly.
But it's very very tough in
so
crypto.
100%. So yeah, now I'm like you guys. I think I must have some German blood in me somehow. I must have had somewhere along the family tree, because I like, if something is 4 o'clock, it must be 5 to 4. I want to be ready. Excuse me. But it just doesn't happen. Especially I find in crypto as well, with dealing with different influences, dealing with different negotiations with people, is that everyone likes to have it now, like communication wise, and it just doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. Not compared to real life, but it is what it is. We have to just carry on.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. The hint hunt will start, and everyone will see once the hint hunt started.
100%.
Here, Lucas. Any Zug investors bringing in some bags too? Yes, we got some confirmations already of some investors. I can also share the amount with you. Nothing bad about the amount. So initial investments will be starting at around 20K from some of them. Just give them some time, right? They are not from crypto. They want to be safe from the crypto side, and it's very intimidating with the whole pancake swap and everything. If you're just kind of starting off your first investment directly in a very very young business, it's very very intimidating for them. Yeah, that sounds good. Just give them some time. Yeah, this is something like for the whole Zug event. You will see the return of the Zug event over time. It takes some time. These people don't just jump on a train because something is hyped, yeah, or because it sounds pretty good, yeah. They are way too experienced investors for that one. They are really doing their research, and a lot of them still need one-on-one meetings with us. So then, of course, we are planning to go back to Zug again and have these meetings with them. I see that the amount of MC displayed in the new dashboard actually shows diluted. Wouldn't be right to change that? Yes. Already on the works for the MC, because we don't want the diluted market cap. But nice that you actually see this kind of things, right? People are really taking a look. They're really taking a look and checking everything. That's the way it should go. Perfect.
Paul, is there any updates? I know it probably is a little bit early. I don't know how far in the mix is, but any update that we can share with them with regards to the other live event happening? Or is that still too early in the works?
Mm.
The one in Germany.
In Germany, no, it's way too early in the works. Way too early. Still checking about possible people we want to invite to the event, and then of course we need to map it out, and yeah, to actually make it happen, right? It's still way too early. Way too early. This is something.
I think Asia needs another shot before he goes there.
Yeah, exactly. No, but this is basically something we came up with while driving back from Zug. So we didn't have this planned at all in beforehand. This is something we came up with. We said, hey, this event really went well, right? So we want another one in Germany as well, and then another one in Zurich again. So for Zurich, it will be most likely like July/August. Yeah, more like this time frame.
That's awesome. I think that's a very big key going forward to have the live events, because it's it's key, it's critical, because we're pitching to live investors, outside of the realm of crypto, and or some might be dabbling in it, others not, but outside the realm of crypto, it's actually will then open a lot more doors, expose BD Capital to a lot more opportunities as well. So I think it's actually quite a clever way to get in, external investment into BD Capital. So I'm happy. It's really a smart idea.
Definitely. Also, well, yes, HA.
You guys have to buy more banks, because then Stavros can buy his ticket to Zurich, and then we get a Stavros picture in front of the Porsche and the G-Wagon. So just keep buying, guys.
Yeah, I want a picture inside the Porsche as well as outside. That's cool. That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
I can tell you, these are awesome cars there, right?
Yeah, I was drooling. Did you get a test drive of them? Did you get a test drive? Or were you only able to look at them from a distance or close up?
Well, I got to sit on the back, on the not back seat. It hasn't back seats, like the passenger seat.
Yes.
But then again, Switzerland is shithole in regards of laws, of traffic laws. Speeding in Germany is quite cheap, I have to say. So everyone does it. In Switzerland, the fee you pay for speeding depends on your monthly income. So you pay like 2, 4, 6, and 10%. So the people drive normally. They go on vacation to Germany to speed on the Autobahn.
Yeah, well, you got the Autobahn, which is awesome. I mean, what is, if I may ask, what is the maximum speed limit, or is there no speed limit on the Autobahn?
There's none at all. You have some passages where it's like, I'm talking kilometers per hour. It's like 120, sometimes 100, because it's a dangerous part of the street or something like this. But then again, you can give it full throttle. If the car can.
Yeah, I'm moving to Germany.
You're welcome. Come here. Yeah. We find you a spot here. No worries.
That's it. I'm a speed freak, so I enjoy speed a lot. So
I can understand this.
It's a lot of fun, I can tell you. But then again, in Germany, you will always have someone who is faster than you, right? Like always. Yes. So basically, I was in Germany. Sorry. Basically, I was driving like 240, which is like really fast already, right? It's really fast. Yes. And then I had someone who was basically bullying me out of the way.
I saw a video once. I saw a Lambo, and I saw I think it was a GTR, racing against each other, and these guys were going for it. It was definitely in Germany on the Autobahn. Here comes this Mark One Volkswagen Golf, and it just left them on the highway like they're looking for parking. It's so funny. You know those old Mark One Golfs. It just left the Lambo behind. It was so funny.
Yeah, there are some crazy people in regards of tuning in Germany, because of course they can like basically give the car a fully fledged out test there on the Autobahn, right? Such as a good place to try our new Lambos. Definitely.
Well, when Banks gets to it, needs to go. I think that we should have company Lambos. That we can have little Lambos.
Porsche.
We can rate.
Not Lambos, Porsche, because we're Germany.
Yeah, there we go. But you know, Lambo's owned now by VW, right? Volkswagen.
Yeah, Porsche too.
Yes, exactly. Now it's funny because Porsche tried to
buy Volkswagen.
Yeah, they tried to buy out
fucked it up.
Volkswagen. Yeah, and Volkswagen turned around and bought them out. So that's the German way, right?
Bugatti also belongs to the VAG concern.
And Ducati, the bikes, they own that, and the Audi as well. Yeah. VW is just, Volkswagen just eaten up all the competition, which I love. So it's the German way, right? All or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to move there. You made my mind up for me. Thanks.
It's a nice country to live in. I can tell you, nice country here.
Well, you had me at
healthcare. A company.
There we go. Well, Booker had me at healthcare. When he said healthcare, I'm like, I want to pack my bags and get on a plane.
Yeah, we are very. Let's say the government is taking good care of us in Germany. Yeah, you can really tell that. It's very nice to live in Germany.
Well, when you go to hospitals and you see people like lying in the passageway, and this is no joke, you see them lying in the passageway, and you look at the nurses and you say, "Don't you want to help this person?" "No, they're okay. They'll be fine. We'll get to them just now." So that's what we experience. I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. It's crazy.
Yeah, not nice. Not nice if you are having issues with your health, right?
100%. 100%. I have one question. I saw earlier in the chat, Blaine was talking about nodes. I know nothing about them. I don't know if we're going to start investigating nodes as well as a form of income. What do you think?
Yes, already am investigating. I think it was Robert G who first brought nodes to our attention. Now we're still investigating them because they are a very, very good way, of course, of generating income as well. But then again, we are still collecting for the cross-chain investments. As I hope all of you know this already. The last vote we had was to actually add Bitcoin, Matic, Algorand, and Ethereum to the fund. Yeah, with this big blue chain investments, then again opening up investment cases on this particular chains, and also holding this big blue chip tokens as kind of a treasury. Yeah. So this is the first thing we need to fix. Will cost a lot of money. Yeah. But then again, after we have done this, you will see more and more votes dropping in for new investments, and most likely nodes in some form will be included there.
Good stuff. Is nodes a potential springboard, to get us into the blue chips, or do you think that blue chips will come first? Just for everybody listening.
Blue chips will come first. This was the last vote we took, so we need to make the blue chips first, and after that, with the next investment cases, we will work on, basically other projects, other smaller projects, maybe also bigger projects, because then we are also fine from the risk management side of the fund, right? Because this is a very important part. If you're taking a look right now, let me just switch over here. So basically what we see, still, yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm talking about SafeMoon or anything. Yeah, this is no blue chip investment. This is still something very, very volatile here. It doesn't matter at which market cap SafeMoon is sitting on. We need to add this blue chip investments. We will add, yeah, anyways. We will add this blue chip investments because we need to have this risk management additionally going on, right? Because in the end, we are building a fund, and if you're only having this, yeah, just imagine a normal investor taking a look at the fund, right? So right at this time, this fund is very, 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 very high risk. Yeah, very high risk, because basically a lot of very young projects involved in the fund. If an investor sees, all right, they have Bitcoin added, they have Ethereum, Matic, Algorand added, this very big blue chip investments as well, then he says, all right, this kind of brings back the balance to the fund as well. So it is not only with a very, very high risk involved, but also involved in this more stable blue chip investments. Yeah, of course, from the upwards potential, Bitcoin, for example, does not have that big of an upwards potential as, for example, SafeMoon or something like this. Yeah, but then again, you need these investments first. Then you will also additionally attract more and more investors which are into this kind of investing.
It's technically it's almost like a hedge against our high risk, pretty much.
Kind of, yes. Kind
Yeah.
of a hedge. Because this is, you can tell it, so we called it a treasury, because this keeps the balance of the fund actually more stable, right? It just keeps the balance more stable. Kind of a hedge, you can think of. Yeah, this is kind of the right word for it.
Okay. Cool. NFT marketplace, just with regards to the roadmap. I'm just asking questions because anybody listening to this, obviously afterwards, on live or on YouTube, what is our plan as far as that's concerned?
Well, I had a long talk with Carrie in what is for me the morning. So with NFTs, as a personal investor, not talking about a project, I like investing in stuff like art and things like this in cars. A good old Ferrari can be a commodity in itself. But then again, for the BD Capital brand, it's not fitting to buy just art because the utility is missing. I don't say it's a bad investment. It's not fitting into the concept of BD Capital. So we're looking for, because NFTs do have the possibility to do provide an utility. And we strolled through a project back then, and were looking on utility-based NFTs. The problem there is if you do like an NFT with a fund, like we're doing it with the BD token, as an NFT, because NFT is proof of ownership and all of this is not you are not able to copy it. So you're pretty fast at the region of securities, the region we want to avoid with the BD Capital token. And if you have a security, you need a different kind of company. You need different regulations to be provided to be set up. And there, with an NFT that gives some passive income, for example, you need to KYC the customers because it's a security. And then you have the problem, you need the whole marketplace in itself laid out to KYC, and not only to KYC the holder of the NFT, but the one who gets the rewards. Because if you sell the NFT, and NFT is KYC for person A, and he transfers it to person B, we would be able to KYC again. So it's quite an interesting topic, and we're looking rather deep into it at the moment, really deep into it. But then again, building an NFT marketplace with all the setup for the future, like we want to do it, as you see with Switzerland and see with the company, we want to set up for the future to be able to get regulated if the bubble pops. Yeah, if all the laws and rules against crypto come, we still want to shine and stand test of time.
Of course.
So a marketplace like this, a marketplace like this would cost around 100 with founding a new company regarding on this regulations for securities and stuff like this would be around 200k, and it's too expensive for the moment. We're looking into smaller ways
Yes,
to
100%.
perform it, to do it. We definitely, an NFT is the future, is some part of the future, and we want to be part of that. But for the moment, it's just too expensive in this market.
100%. And also lots, like you said, lots of legal intricacies as well that that we need to make sure we covered. Otherwise, we don't want to expose ourselves to any type of lawsuits or anything, or potential issues going forward. The KYC is interesting. I didn't actually know myself about that with passing ownership from one person to another, that you have to KYC the people. That's interesting. Very interesting. So I thought, like these OpenSea guys, OpenSea as an example.
Just continue.
So I was just saying, like, I was just saying, like, OpenSea, for example. If I look at them, and my head immediately goes to, like, if we want to do a marketplace purely as just like an OpenSea, where you facilitating people putting up their art onto the marketplace, and then we do, we facilitate the transaction handover from one person to another, and utilize those fees to then obviously distribute back to the holders, etc. Not get involved in the actual ownership of the NFTs anyway, just purely the facilitation from passing from person A to person B.
Yeah, for sure. But then again, the market is getting swamped with marketplaces like this. So you need to have an USP to actually survive and attract customers. And marketplace with BD Capital NFT that brings passive rewards, that would be a game changer. But for now, just putting out a marketplace, just to have one could be too expensive. But again, we're looking into this also, because we're doing a lot of development work in the background at the moment. So I'm sorry. So yeah.
No problem.
What comes next?
Yeah, I think for the NFTs, I think one thing I've noticed by looking around as well is that NFT with staking is a big thing, because the utility of the NFT, it's I think the utility will be the staking. You buy
Is he only at for me pretty cut off?
He's a bit cut off.
Must be okay. Well, how can I generate an income off the NFT that I hold while I'm holding onto it, besides waiting for the value to go up? Then the staking part will be quite critical, I think, going forward.
But buddy, you're going at 4 times speed again. Your connection.
Okay, let me just repeat it. I was just saying that. I was saying that if I look at, am I speaking too far? Am I speaking at 2 times speed?
4 times speed, basically.
How's it now? Is it better? Am I better now?
It's getting better, yes.
Okay, is that better now?
Now it should be better. All right,
Okay.
and
I take this statement. No, I can't hear him at all.
This connection sucks.
Get that boy some Starlink now.
Starlink.
Oh Jesus, he's really cut off.
Let's start the GoFundMe for that guy.
Okay, we'll just wait. Maybe he'll get his connection back. Oh God.
Stop.
Okay, we'll just wait a second until his connections comes back again. Yeah, basically NFT marketplace. Don't get us wrong here. Yeah, we're taking deep looks into it, but then again, we need the NFT marketplace to have a USP, a actual USP which is working for us. Because just copy pasting an existing NFT marketplace is not the way to go. Yeah, there is no reason for anyone out there to actually use this NFT marketplace if you don't have a USP. Yeah, you need to make this special. Same applies for the launchpad, which is planned, right? So as you all know, we're planning for the launchpad to do a lot of background checks. Yeah, the first thing coming up for the launchpad, for the fully fledged out launchpad, is the private and crowd sale platform. With this, you can see the way we want to work. Yeah, there will be a lot of background testing. It will not be as, for example, on Pink Sale. Yeah, Pink Sale is working totally fine as a launchpad. It's expensive, but working fine. But basically, on Pink Sale, anyone can list there. Yeah, they are not checking anything. The KYC doesn't matter. Anyone can list like anything on Pink Sale. And this is also the reason why this market, this crypto market, is getting so swamped with this rug pulls. Yeah, it's getting so swamped with all of the scams. Because in the end, the people trust things as, for example, a KYC or a full docs, yeah, and they are still not safe. Of course, we cannot guarantee 100% safety in any ways out there, but we can try to make it more safe through a lot of background checking and all of that stuff. And this will, for example, for the launchpad, be our USP, right? Our unique selling point, which we can then use to drag attention to the launchpad. And this is also what we need for the NFT marketplace, right? We need a USP,
100%.
and then we can move on. Otherwise, I can tell you, the NFT people, they are a very, very strong community, but why should they move on from their NFT marketplaces, which they are using right now, to our NFT marketplace if we are just copy pasting existing ones? Won't work. I can tell you that. Won't work.
Could give everybody that try this with us $100, but then again the project would be poor in a second.
100%. Is that better? Can you guys hear me now?
You're back now.
Yes, I actually switched from one phone to another in that moment to get it sorted out. But yes, yeah, Starlink, baby, we need it.
Definitely, definitely.
I was just reiterating what you're saying with regards to the whole NFT marketplace, because I see OpenSea is losing a lot of market share at the moment, and you know their focus has been obviously on attracting a lot of well-known, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club type of people, you know, those type of collections. I think you know, in terms of NFT, because I've also been doing some research in the background, and I agree with you, we need a unique selling point. If we could do, you know, when we launch, it would make sense to launch with staking right off the bat. So they must be able to, when you buy an NFT, you can stake it immediately, so it locks it back into that income generator for the people. At the same token, is if we have artists that we can lock into a potential contract, you know, like saying for this collection, we are the only ones that are allowed to market this specific collection. It's only available through our marketplace. So it could be another thing. You know, from that point onwards, you know, the KYC and and the background checks into to make sure that proof of ownership is authentic. That could be a good thing. So we could have like four potential good USPs just coming out of that. Because some of the guys, what they do is the artists, they'll list on this marketplace, list on that marketplace, the exact same thing, and you can't do that. You need to. It's a collection. It's only through us, or for that specific collection. 100 or 200, we contract them out to that. They make it, and they're only allowed to list with us, nowhere else. And I think that will also be a major plus with staking, like I said, and the background checks.
If you're talking about staking NFTs, what would you think would be a good reward for staking the NFT?
Look, I would say the APY would, I would say more of a fixed APY, because I see a lot of people playing around with a lot of figures at the moment, and there could be sort of 100, 120%, 130%, APY, because it's obviously on an annual basis. And we could look at doing that maybe with a combination of, let's say, our tokens added into it. So you stake for this period of time, 3 months. The longer you stake, we then have some reserve coming out of our tokens as well, and so you get an additional banker's dream token with it, because automatically by doing that you make that person a holder that they have, and then they can see, all right, well, now that I've got these tokens as well plus the APY, then I automatically will get BUSD rewards, and that could turn that NFT staker into a holder, which then pumps money back into bankers BD Capital. What do you think of that?
I can already. So the main idea is good, but if you're talking about staking rewards, for example, in our token, you always need a supply for that one, and granting
Sure.
staking rewards in our token without minting won't be possible. And we do not have a minting function, because we did not want a minting function, basically for the fact we never wanted to stake to our token, right? And you basically you need minting if you want to keep the staking sustainable in the long run.
100%.
But there are always different ways to figure things out, right? There are always
100%.
different ways. But interesting
100%.
idea, yeah, that you give like basically anyone the option to stake their NFT, doesn't matter from which artist or what NFT, through the marketplace, and then get rewards in token X or reward X. Yeah, doesn't need to fixate on one reward yet, but this could be very interesting.
Yes, because it could increase our holders anyway. Because we, if you're getting rewards in our token, hypothetically, for example, now that opens up a door for that person to earn BUSD rewards. Okay, and once they do that, they'll see, oh well, if I just hold this token, now I'm getting paid. So, because there's a difference between, as you know, we've spoken about this. NFT, the community is very strict, towards artist NFT. They usually stay away from crypto. And then you've got the crypto people on the right hand side, and there's probably 10, maybe 14%, let's say, overlap that own both NFT and crypto. So we could utilize that section and say, well, let's give them the tokens as for the, let's put it, reward of sticking with us and staking it for 3 months, 6 months. Obviously, the longer they stake it, the more tokens they get, and as a result, they'll get their BUSD rewards, paid out to them, and then they might become a holder and say, well, let me increase my bag going forward because this makes sense. Now I've got a passive income stream coming out of the NFTs. I've got a passive income coming out of the tokens through the BUSD rewards, and I'm now part of the ecosystem where I get the bank as well, and could be an idea.
Definitely could be an idea. For staking, already good idea. Can think of different ways of implementing staking. Yeah, as I said before, in our token 100%. Won't be possible, but there are different ways to implement staking.
100%. I think as long as, at the end of the day, as we said, the business model is it's sustainability, number one, and also rewarding the holders. That's what we're after. So I think it could help increasing our holder base, because that's what we want at the end of the day. You know, the more holders, the better the ecosystem, the better the all-round, you know, product or products, should I say, or access to the products. And it could be another way. It could be another way for that for us to grow. Just a thought.
Definitely, definitely. It's very true. But just keep in mind the NFT marketplace is still very, very young. So very hard to, or very young idea. Let's keep it this way. It's still very hard to talk about any details there, because right now full development is going into platform of private sale, crowd sale, and then launchpad, right?
Absolutely.
Because these are the key parts, the first editions, and they need to be done. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, following our roadmap. That's it. 100%. 100%.
Do we have like any questions which we did miss regarding the upcoming private sale, crowd sale, a launchpad, something like this? Because I didn't see anything in the chat regarding this part.
I'm scouring the chat as well to see if anyone's said anything. I don't see anything here.
All right, we'll just hang on. Maybe there will pop up a question, another question. The longer I have the screens open, that's why I did move to this part here, because it's not that bright, yeah.
You're going to end up having welder's eyes, arc eyes. So there's a question here, guys, can we please look into getting our chart to look like all the other charts in...
No, it's done already.
Okay, never mind.
Done already.
Never mind. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, look, at least we're popular, and people like to come and talk about this stuff here because they see we're popular. Invade our chat. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, a lot of invasion going on at some point sometimes.
100%. 100%.
Right. Just missing out. Did I miss something in the actual YouTube chat? Now you see again why I need a third screen. I can't find YouTube chat. What? There it is.
I think I missed the announcement from MB on one that Booker accidentally and partially revealed in yesterday's AMA with the laughy face. Yeah, so Eric, with regards to that, don't stress, we are going to announce fairly soon. It's just we need some optics which will assist the whole thing. So if you can just bear with us, we have got something awesome planned for you. We did already trend on crypto.com yesterday. We had quite a good successful run with that. I think we also probably going to be trending today a little bit later. I'm just busy working on that as we speak at the moment, so we could have 2 days worth of trending. So bear with me, and then I think what we'll do is probably tomorrow, more than anything else, I'll just update this pinned message as well. Tomorrow we're going to have a good announcement, because I'd like to do it with some activity. We do have something amazing planned for the next 30 days as far as the marketing is concerned. Besides all the other stuff, we've had some good input from the Swiss people. They've come back with a great opportunity. I'm very pleased and happy and elated that they've decided to choose the path that they did. And I'd like to give you guys some optics with that, and like to give you guys a good opportunity to get some giveaways at the same time. So if you guys can hang in there, it will be worth the wait. I can guarantee that.
All right. Needed to fix the volume for YouTube, but it's said it's should
Sorted.
be all right now. Sorted. Perfect.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, Eric says, yeah, okay, thanks, Moneyburn. I thought already came out, no rush, 100%. Yeah, so it semi came out. It semi came out, but we're going to do a full formal announcement tomorrow. And the campaign will kick off, and it'll kick off with, like I said, a lot of giveaways included, because we want to go down that route. We want to reward the holders as we move forward. We've got some games for the next 30 days planned within there as well. There'll be these spot games that'll be happening, and exciting stuff ahead. So That's it. Really good stuff. Plus additional marketing, but yeah, I'm very keen. So tomorrow, I think definitely I need to get some optics going.
Just be a little bit patient there. As we said before, sometimes it's really hard to time things correctly, and then it's really hard to get the announcement out in the right, let's say direction. Just because sometimes things don't go as you plan it, like most of the times in marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, as Paul said, it's unfortunate in this space is that people, the marketing is very interesting because we're ready to go. We want to rocket with it. And just between the different time zones, between the different expectations, and also correcting any mistakes that are out there. I can tell you, as Paul said in the first AMA earlier today, the amount of corrections that I go through with YouTube is mind-boggling. Sometimes there's just communication gaps between different languages because I'm dealing with people. We've done Spanish, we've done Ukrainian, we've done Russian, we've done English, we've done Turkish, we've done all sorts of different languages, translating our adverts across the board because we want to penetrate as many markets as possible, as quick as possible. It's not only the English market. And sometimes, when we're retranscribing these things back from YouTube, the context just don't make sense, and it doesn't read properly. And then also, I'm quite, from my perspective and from the company's perspective as well, I'm very strict when it comes to influencers' quality that they push out. If they send me something that's substandard or subpar, I just, I just don't want to, I won't put it out. I just point blank won't put it out. I'll send it back to them for revisions. And this sometimes might go back 3 or 4 times before we get a polished, finished product, and then we send it out. So that's usually when we have these delays coming through.
It just takes some time, always with influencers especially. Just hang on with us. We got some very nice YouTubes out already. Just go there to the existing ones. We will release. I guess we can do it tomorrow. Just need to set everything up for it, like this look back over the past 1 or 2 weeks, in which we will collect all the links, all the things we have done from the marketing side, so we don't lose this part as well. Because just going there, liking, upvoting, retweeting, sharing, commenting, this helps tremendously. And I can tell you, we need the community. Just giving you a little bit of insight here, for the people which maybe joined later, in later stages here. Just let me set up the chart in the right way so I can take a look at everything. All right, perfect. So it just needs to fully load now. So basically, all-time high around 12.5 million we had here. Here at the bottom, we have been sitting at a very, very early stage. We have been bouncing between 100 and 150k most of the times here, right? We had a pretty good run up here. Okay, so throughout all of this, let's just do it this way. Throughout all of this time, this consolidation very early on, this looks very small right now because the chart is so big. But right now it looks very small. It was quite a lot of movement here very early on, right? We did do a lot of different marketing strategies throughout this time. It is everything about marketing is about exposure. There is no magic button in which we can press, in which we generate buys. Not possible. What ignited this first big run up, a very big run up at that time, was basically a lot of Reddit we did with the community. Basically, a lot of the people of the community that jump on the train, they did upvote, they did comment like crazy, we did trend in different subreddits. very, very great. Then again, hitting a little bit of consolidation there, and then having another runner up here. Yeah, basically same thing. Yeah, mixed in all of the exposure we had already with a lot of Reddit, and basically this was taking us very, very high. Yeah, we had a lot of Twitter influencers also additionally tweeting out a lot of stuff happening, but mainly I would say it was Reddit, it was Twitter, it was basically a lot of community work involved here. Right now, we did step a little bit back from Reddit. Yeah, basically for the fact that Reddit was not very nice to us anymore. Yeah, people got banned on Reddit. People got banned from subreddits for basically commenting. It was a lot of foot we had to fight on Reddit. So Chris, Moneybin, Kerry, they all did a very, very good job handling all of the Reddits and everything. Yeah? But at some point, you need to give it a little break, yeah, from Reddit. We'll start it off again, of course. But then once we started off, because we did go for Reddit as well. Yeah, we did go for Reddit with hot trending on CMS and stuff like that. You need to pay for that. Keep this in mind. You need to pay for hot trending spot one. But then again, it is not enough to basically get hot trending. Yeah, you will always need the people jumping on and commenting, upvoting and stuff like that. And this is what we have basically been missing out. So we did step away because we did not see a lot of people jumping on the train again. Yeah, creating this this hype train again. So we basically are moving on with different things, yeah, until we have the attention of the people again, until we got the hype back, and then we can start off additionally all of that stuff happening, right? So basically you need to adjust your marketing strategies as well. This is very tough. So basically we did move on to YouTube because this gives us a very constant way of exposure, especially important since the market is very silent at the moment, right? So we do not have a lot of volume overall in crypto, in stocks. Yeah, people are not interested at the moment to invest bigger amounts of money in crypto, in stocks. So basically what you need to do now is not to stop marketing, but to focus on other marketing strategies. Yeah, just to get on the YouTube, because YouTube will stay, right? It doesn't matter if you're taking a look at YouTube or if someone, let's say, searches our name in YouTube today or in 5 weeks, yeah, they will always find all of these different kind of videos out there. What are your opinion about Brave browser ads? Now help me out. What are Brave browser ads?
I'm not familiar either with that. Also, that's why I just said we can look into that. If Sandra can give us some examples, can DM, no problem. We can look into it and see where, what, why, because every possible DM that comes in, I try and get to all of them, and see what it's all about. So yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. Send it to me. I will have a look at it. No problem. Investigate, look at the costs, see what the reach is, see if they can turn into anything. Absolutely. We don't have closed minds when it comes to marketing. We have open minds, and we investigate everything. And a lot of the process involved is to see what is the reach, what is the costs, and what is the return in investment, because that's the most important thing. When it comes to YouTube, for example, just a quick top up on that. As Paul was saying, YouTube stays around, and I've carefully researched also the tags that we can use to help in the algorithm, and also YouTube changes the rules of the algorithm quite often. And when a hot topic is trending, then we'll latch onto that trend, and then we should come up a lot more in the searches, etc. But YouTube is timeless; it doesn't go away. So we've been focusing on that, because with the Twitter, for example, the tweet can disappear in a couple of minutes. And then also with, just want to see how quickly, sorry, Brave pays the users if they let the ads on. Sometimes appears ads in the corner of the browser. I'm following a project that started 30 days ad campaign and was Brave. and they're reaching 250k clicks per day. So that's interesting. So please send me some information. DM me straight away if you can. When you have a moment, I'll look into it with pleasure. And we won't shy away from any marketing opportunity whatsoever.
Ah, right. Understand the concept of brave. Seems interesting to me. Lucas, is there anything the team has in mind that will bring the community back to bandword? But yeah, back to shilling. What's in the pipeline that
That's
the community?
$50. That's a $50 buy.
What is in the pipeline that the community will be excited about? Um, there was plenty. Yeah, like only with the YouTube videos. Like this was very exciting, at least for us, once they came up like step by step. They're still coming up step by step, right? Just keep in mind, it's not easy in a very silent market to bring life back. So if you're taking a look at various different projects out there, which haven't launched like 1 week ago, which have kind of established already a little bit, and now are going for this continuous growth over time. It's very silent in some groups. In some groups which we are watching, it's like super silent. Yeah, not taking a look or not opening the chat for example, 4-5 days, and you will only see 300 messages in there, 400 messages in there. So from this standpoint, we are still very active, right? But somehow, if we share something out there, of course we need to get this fire back, right? But takes time, right? Nothing we can do to just switch it on. Let's see. Especially with the ongoing development, we need to get the people back into it.
Hey, Paul.
Hello there. How are you?
Hey, it's Chris. How you doing, man?
How are you doing, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Good. I just wanted to touch, as you said that, Moneybin, myself, I know Carrie, probably others. I know I go through a lot. I watch a lot of chats, and I just try to get a feel for not only the chat activity, but what kind of marketing they're doing in the chat. Like the hype level, even their AMAs, like how many people are in it versus how many people are online. And I got to say, we're right on par, if not better than a lot of them out there. Even the chats that I come back to that have 7,000, messages after, one night of sleep, the chart was still going downhill the whole time. So, people need to understand, like a chat might be a little quiet, but everybody has it. And just because a chat is busy doesn't mean there's going to be buys coming in. So, it's kind of getting a gauge and feel for what others are doing and how they're doing it and what's happening when they're doing it. And it gives you just kind of a good overall vision of, what's going on out there.
Definitely. But this is also something which I experience right now, especially in the past few days and weeks, right? It's overall very silent in crypto. This is not like only in our project, but then again, we are still a very active community out here, especially with the people actually attending AMAs and all of that stuff. Yeah, we are doing pretty good out there. Lucas, don't like asking this question. It's all right. But do we see any Zug investors buying in anytime soon? That depends on what are you defining as anytime soon, right? Because I'm not controlling when they are investing. I'm not telling them when to invest or something like this. They will invest whenever they are comfortable with investing into this very young crypto projects. As I said again, a lot of them didn't even know like a word about Trust Wallet or stuff like that. Yeah, it is a very new world for them. And I imagine like anyone out there dropping serious amounts of money into something, they will double and triple and check 4 times, 5 times to get everything in the right way. Yeah, we have the people which also helped organizing the event down in Switzerland, helping them out, right? But this takes some time. Very hard for me to give a time frame, and won't give out any like time frame there at all, because cannot control this in any way.
Just a quick top up there, Paul, if you don't mind. I just want to say something. Remember, a lot of people that are in traditional finance do not know what pancake swap is. Never heard of it, because they're watching charts all day long. They're not looking at Telegram. They're not looking at crypto. You know, for them, it's still too new, and a lot of them like to, you know, they are interested, you know, once they become aware of it, but a lot of them like to stick to a certain strategy. So we have to educate nonstop, so we can get people to then, you know, change their perception or their perspective and switch them over to crypto, so they can then see how it works. But yes, it's you know, I've spent a lot of time also in DMs with people, explaining them how they buy on PancakeSwap in the background. You know? So it's a process. It's not a today tomorrow situation. It's really a process involved to educate them.
Exactly.
You know, I gotta say also on top of that, Steve. So I was actually at a dinner with my brother-in-law who's invested in banks, and last night, and we're just kind of chatting about it. And he's not a TG guy. I tried to, you know, he watches CoinMarketCap. You know, he's just kind of getting into this side of the altcoin crypto, and really just had a little bit of ETH and Bitcoin sit inside. But there was one point where he goes, well, you know, I have a hard time, you know, and it's just tough for me investing more when it's a meme coin. And my head almost blew off my shoulders, because, you know, part of me was like, you know, I didn't do a good enough job keeping him up to date. But you can't also take every single person and hold their hand and keep them up to date the whole time. So as Steve says, or I'm sorry, MB says, educate. And I say it all the time. It's because where we started from and where we're going, we need to constantly give that information out there and make sure it's in front of people, so that they're getting blasted with it when they're not necessarily looking for it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like
100%.
education is key, especially for us, because with us there is a lot of stuff happening, like in the background. Yeah, there's a lot of development going on, and people need to get educated about this business. This is a very, very important part, and we need to educate them at every single possible time. So if we are blasting out some educational content, so actually Stavros and us, we are working on some you know, planning on some nice stuff in which we can just basically blast out a lot of different stuff. This will help us tremendously, and this will also help the people, because they need informations. It's just hard to deliver the informations to them, yeah, because as Chris said, we cannot take the hand of every single one out there, and we cannot just help them out this way. Yeah, this is very, very, very hard.
Well,
we
it's
can,
also,
but it's just going. Sorry, we
sorry.
can, but
I
it's
was
going to
just
take a
gonna
bit
say
of time.
yeah, it takes a bit of time. It's a bit of, you know, frustrations here and there, but then, you know, it can simply help by, like, when I realized that, you know, he wasn't as up to date as I wanted him to be, I picked out the best YouTube from the past week, which I thought was kind of right at, I think it was last Sunday when you guys came back from Zug, and you were talking about the company, and we were really getting into it. And I remember it being a great AMA. So, you know, I sent him that link and I said, hey, you're obviously not up to date. Dive in a little more, you know, educate on it, because it's not a meme coin. It's turning into, you know, a real company and business, and, you know, you need to know what you're holding on to. So that might be the case for a lot of us. If, you know, we feel like somebody really needs to know, don't just send them to the YouTube. Maybe give them what you think is one of the most informative AMAs that we've had, and you know, that they might learn more from that than say another one.
Exactly. Helps a lot, right? Because if they would need to go through all of that YouTube videos on our YouTube, yeah, they are gathering up every single day. it's quite hard to find the fitting one if you're looking for educational content only, for example, right? But maybe also something which we can work on. You
Well,
got me a good
can I-
idea there, Chris. You
Um,
blasted me.
I'd like to
Can
say
I-
it was intentional, but I don't know. I can't really take take credit for it. But now that you say that, I mean, how about doing an AMA where there's not as much people involved, where it's more you're going through the real aspects of tokenomics, and just we have a tokenomic AMA on YouTube that we can share with somebody. Or if there's people that aren't up to date with the company and why it's important. I know what I was talking about before, having a part on the website where you lay it out. Maybe it's just as helpful and important to have a YouTube clip where you talk about how important it is to have the corporation and do it right, not be in the Cook Islands, stuff like that, because that's a huge talk in itself that lends light into the seriousness of BD Capital.
No, exactly. This is also why what you brought me up with. For example, if we make videos like no AMAs, but like exactly videos, right, on the YouTube. For example, tokenomics, like the facts about tokenomics. Why are they set up the way they are? As you said before, the business. Yeah, why are we setting up the business in the hard way, not the easy way? If we have this as educational content up in YouTube, I think this will be a great way. This is something which you brought the idea, then you detailed it out, right? But perfect. Can work on that. Or with that, right? Because it would help us tremendously as well.
Paul, I don't know if I can I elaborate a little bit on our discussion with the software, or do you want to table that for private?
What do you mean?
The software we've been talking about. I know can I elaborate a little bit to the community, or we just
Yes, of
hang
course.
back for that?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just want to ask, just so just in terms of timing and stuff like that. So, Paul and I were busy discussing. There's some software that I'm pretty, let's say, au fait with, and I've been, working with a couple of years back. Part of the software is that we can create. So just to answer, just to answer that question, is that we can create explainer videos, different explainer videos on the software that we can actually send out to people, so that when they look at certain elements or certain aspects of it, we can make an explainer video as well. So with the AMA, we can then chuck in like this explainer videos like you see, that will then detail exactly what it's about. So I think, it might be a good idea to have that in our YouTube content as well. We can bump it up as a video, as a YouTube content, and it'll actually write out, like, for example, the buying process of how to buy through PancakeSwap. The next thing could be like, I'm using Poocoin as an example to buy through there, or if it's a case of tokenomics. So you can do the AMA, and I can do an explainer video at the same time, and the two can complement each other. Or I can take the AMA and the explainer video, and I can merge them. So you'll have your voice overlay while you're explaining, and I can make the explainer video like almost like somebody drawing out, how can I put it? It's like almost drawing out pictures related to that, so people can see both the visual aspect and the audio aspect at the same time. That might be a good thing.
Exactly. Will be definitely very, very helpful if we combine different ways, because then additionally, always a thought of starting additionally our own TikTok, because as we all know, TikTok is huge, but then we need the content for it, right? And we need the content for it. Just getting back on the chat, shouldn't BD price go up since BNB has gone up? Binetzi actually answered it. It is going up already. Eric says, maybe adding the link of the video, learn how to buy banks every time people join BD Capital Tiger Group in the automated welcome message. Yes, we can do that. Not hard to change the welcome message at all. Also something which I think I did read in the chat, that we should do another how to buy video for MetaMask. We'll work on that. Noted. Keep this kind of suggestions up, because this helps a lot. You are the people who are invested. Tell us what made you interested. How did you hear about BD Capital? What was the way you heard of us? This is input which helps us tremendously. What made you invest into us, right? These are the things which we know, so we can build up our very, very strong points and then also work on our weak points.
Absolutely.
You know, MB, you're talking about the videos, and you know, Paul, much for everybody listening, MB and I talk a lot about just the marketing, and you know, we brainstorm a lot. And you know, he's talking about these videos. I sent him a couple ideas of videos of things that I've seen, because Paul, remember I told you before about the 30-second pitch type video that I've seen.
I totally forgot about that one in all the process.
No, it's all right. Well, no, but this is where it's all right. This is where this formulates and comes into play. And you know, MV sent me some videos that he did in the past on a project he was on, and he knows what he's doing. So, you know, now you talk about the TikTok, like if he can bang out some of these videos, different sections of it, the why and the what, in a certain format that is almost like like I showed him a Moonrock video. My buddy almost invested in Moonrock when I was trying to get him to use the bridge to buy banks, just because he loved the video so much. So I sent that over to, you know, MB, and I'm like, hey, look at, this is a great type of format. And it's little stuff like that that helps people decide, you know, to invest or not. And if they have something that really explains it well and simply, and you know, we can throw that up in a 20 to 30-second split on TikTok, Instagram. I think it's an investment in the software that'll really pay off in the long run.
100%. You know, there's so many different things we can pump out. Literally so many different things. We can do explainer videos on each and every single asset within, you know, the business, how to buy, step-by-step guide on how to buy. We can also talk about how crypto works as a whole. You know, so for example, if Paul record, you know, if Paul, because I mean, you got a good voice. I'm not just saying that, but you got a good voice for the whole overall thing. Very calming, soothing. You know, discussive voice. I can take that and I can overlay that onto anything. Could be, you know, a general video of people walking, etc., or sitting down, like brainstorming in a room. You know, to give people some visuals to think about. Because obviously, with video, it's your senses, your eyes and then your ears at the same time working together, and that could sink deep in your mind, as opposed to just listening to something, and not seeing some optics or digital to go with it. But there's so many opportunities we can do. We can do plenty of different videos. The project that Chris was talking about was actually a business I did, you know, right sort of as COVID started, and I pumped out about 100 videos in 30 days. No, what was it? 3 months? Sorry, 100 videos in 3 months that I pumped out. So we could go to town. We could go crazy with that. And any suggestions, people in the community can also give suggestions and say, how about a video on X? How about a video on Y? And I can actually build it. I can create it out of the software quite easily.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we want to use it. Just helps us tremendously. Easy way for content creation, and a needed way. Yeah, you need to match audio, visual, and everything needs to be on point. And then you can create a lot of hype also through this part, right? If we are able to create our own content independently of anyone out there. Yeah, just bring out suggestions, as MB said, and we can then work with the suggestions.
And we don't have to wait for influencers.
Yeah, this waiting process for influencers is like the craziest part always.
100%.
All right, Carrie woke up. Good morning there, Carrie. Yes, he has a hawk-eye for this $50 fines, right? But I also said it, so I guess I need to drop another $50 by later.
Just in line with that, guys, I just want to let you guys know that we are currently trending on crypto.com in the list, not in the search bar, but in the actual list. If you go what's trending in that section, and you click on it, and it gives you a drop-down list, and there's usually 5 or 6 cryptos there. We're trending there. I think we're number 3 at the moment. We're moving up to number 2. So not when you go and search and it comes up with the, if you try and search like what's hot or what's trending, then yesterday we were coming up saying Banker's Dream, BE Capital, Banker's Dream. And then if you look at there's the section where you just click on that search bar and it brings you a list of 5 things. In that list, we're in the list at the moment. We're at number 3 at this current moment. So we're back on trending on crypto.com as of now.
These are some interesting news out there, right? Gives us a lot of exposure.
100%.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
it's very
Carrie.
difficult
That's
to
huge.
trend there. 100%. It's very, sorry, Paul, it's very difficult to trend on crypto.com that way. So that's been, let's say, 4 or 5 hours worth of work to get it to trend in that search parameter. And then we keep it there. Then usually it'll drop off for an hour. We have to let it go like that. And then we work on it in the background to get it back up there, because otherwise, the algorithm doesn't like to see things there for too long. So it's really an art. This thing is a science to try and get right, to get onto these different platforms and trend on them.
It's not easy to do, but it's very nice
Not
that
at all.
we have it now up and running. All right, everyone. Can see some more questions out there. We had some very, very nice input today. I think all of you got some very, very nice insight as well. And I would say a big thank you for Chris, all of the stuff he's doing out there, Moneybin, all the stuff he's doing out there, right? All of the people involved, all of you people involved with the attendance of the AMAs and everything, with your input and all of that stuff, helps us tremendously. Keep this up, right? Crypto doesn't work without community. You can have the best utility, the best team out there, it won't work without community.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Also, thank you from my side, Paul, and AJ Simplify. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chris, Gary. I must say, without the support team, and also the devs, etc., everybody and the community, this project wouldn't be possible. So it's a collaborative effort, and still 100% humbled and grateful to be part of it. And I just see this thing going forward, because I also go to a lot of communities, and I don't see this type of communication. I just see a lot of people fighting, talking, and this one knows better than that one, and whatever. And it's just not cohesive. Community is very cohesive. Everybody just wants to see the thing do well, which is awesome. Great to see.
Definitely. One last part here, Sandra just said, just right, what made me attract to this. Well, basically, Sandra, I think it is okay. I copy this for the YouTube chat, because YouTube, if someone is rewatching it, they cannot see it. If we have it in Telegram only, I just copy it out. Give me a second. Need to split it again in 2 parts. Last part. But definitely, all right. Nice to see concept itself attracted you, and don't be scared. We won't change a single thing about our tokenomics, our concept. our goal to create passive income in the future. We won't change a single thing there. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. All right. Again, thank you. Thank you, Moneybin. Thanks all of you for attending. And we will end today's AMA and we will hear each other again tomorrow, right? All right.
Perfect. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, AJ, Paul, Chris, everybody, Carrie, all you guys. Thanks, Sandra, and everybody else in the community for your input. Love it.
Have a wonderful night, guys.
You too. Thanks,
See you soon.
Cheers, people. Bye-bye.
All right.